Welcome to 'Cause We Can Farms. We are Heather and Kimmy. We met over 30 years ago in the United States Army and have been best friends ever since. Last year, we began setting posts for our DIY post and beam barn build. All of the materials so far for this barn have come off of my 73-acre property that I have up here in northern Idaho. We have cut these logs, we have milled these logs into beams, and have been able to start putting this barn up. As a disabled veteran, building this barn, putting this together has created a level of healing in me that I never thought that I would have. A few weeks ago, we had an entire group of other YouTubers come up, and almost all of them are veterans. And we had such an amazing day building and adding the first beams to this barn. Kimmy and I are continuing to work and get this barn finished, and so that next year we can open this up to veterans in our community to begin their journey healing also. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share this video with other people that you believe that would love to follow the journey.
You'd have been proud of my tractor skills putting this one up. You'd have been like, yeah, that's my mom. Here. Okay, oil. I got screws. You got the drill. How many screws? I got chills. How many screws do you need? Multiplying. Probably 2 on this end. Ooh, I do need the hematine. Oh. Clint, where'd you go, Clint? I just saw you, Clint. Where are you? Here he is. You got Clint. Of course, now that I put my coat on, the sun comes out. Don't show anybody this ladder. I've literally got it hanging there and leaning up.
If you're new to our channel, welcome, and we're glad that you're here. I hope that you subscribe and you stay and watch the journey. What we've been doing here recently is putting up these huge 6 by 10 by 14 beams in our post and beam barn that we will be using as a shop. This side of the barn was the hardest to do because we have the most slope right here. We'll be building the ground up to come to the top of these piers, but the tractor only had so much space to reach to get these put up.
Yeah.
So in the last couple of videos, you guys have had some amazing suggestions on how we could have approached this in an easier manner. The pallets was a genius idea to reach up a little bit higher. and keeping the forks flat, because that would have been a lot safer. So if you're doing this for your own build, think about adding some pallets onto your forks. You can screw them all down together and then be able to keep your forks flat as you raise and set these up. Unfortunately, we did not get to try that because we had already put all of these up by the time these videos had come out. But I will definitely be keeping that in the back of my mind for our next building. These beams are really heavy, and Kim and I have both been pretty sick, and so moving this was exhausting. I'm so grateful for the use of the tractor. It'll be up here on the property for the rest of this month, and then it goes into town as my son does snow removal in town for his job. But as we move farther into the barn, as you can see, there's less of a slope, so less piers showing, and we're able to get it up there quite a bit easier. Plus, really just learning how to use this equipment. This is really the first time that I've used this tractor, and I am very comfortable in the skid steer, but the tractor does intimidate me because it has such a high center, which makes it easy to flip. So it's not really made for these for this unlevel ground. And I always had that in the back of my mind. I really do want to thank you guys for your tips. I really do appreciate them. I wish that I could have applied some of them here, but like I said, we'd already gotten them, all of the beams put up. Tip this. I want to see. Pull it off. Release it. Okay. Here, I'll take that. it's really pretty cool when I screw in that big giant screw and it just kind of pulls it all together and makes it very apparent what you guys were talking about when you were telling me to just put it together and put those up, stop worrying about everything being level and plumb, and just put them up and it'll work out. And it really has. It's really neat to watch. We did keep checking for just plumb on these. They were out. They weren't perfectly plumb, and we were just kind of trying to make sure that they were out the same amount, so that when it did get pulled together, that they were all the same. It's kind of the only way that I could think to do it. But we're definitely getting better at and faster at measuring these and cutting these and putting them up. So, learning out loud sometimes can be hard, but I've been really grateful for you guys and the kindness that I receive. This day was really neat because we had finally worked out all the kinks and finally figured it out. And so we were able to put up a lot this day instead of just one. We were able to get a bunch done. And I think that's the hardest part when you're building, is some days you get a lot done and you have this expectation of getting all of these things done. And some days you don't meet that expectation, and it can become very frustrating. And, one of the things that we really strive to do is have fun on the build. Really, truly look at, well, I learned a lot today. I may not have gotten a lot done, but I did learn something. So it was a very successful day. I think the biggest issue is the fact that this is kind of our last real warm-up before winter comes, and there's just so much to do. But we are bound and determined to get dried in this year. So even if we have to do it in snow and the cold and all of that, we'll be doing that. We just have to get the roof on this year. And then we'll be adding the house wrap, and we have some metal along the bottom. So, once the roof is on, we'll be good to go. But we do still have quite a bit of milling to do. And of course, we can't put the roof up until we get the milling done. So it's kind of like you get done what you can get done right now with what you have, and then you start back on the sawmill again. So we'll be back on the mill soon, which it is one of our favorite things. So we don't mind. I really do love having my grandbabies around. These boys, they're so good, and they know that when we're doing specific things, they have to get out of the barn and they're not allowed to come in. And they're really good at following that rule. There's just something completely different about farm kids. I've said to Kim a few times that I really should have started with a smaller building, but this is very typical of my personality. Just jump in feet first and figure it out as you go. and learn what you need to learn, and the next time it'll be even better.
Of course, I crammed that booger in there.
Oops.
Barely hanging over right here, but it's hanging over quite a bit over here. Those are the things that
happen. Here, I got you.
and then you learn for next time.
Right?
This is why we should have started with a smaller building. I can't get that out. It's okay.
That's okay.
They tell me all the time, stop trying to be perfect, Heather. I will try.
One of the things that we've developed is our line of communication. It's really funny because when you're building something with somebody, you absolutely have to communicate, and you guys have to kind of almost have an unspoken language of, I need this next, or this is what happens next, or this is what's going on next. And that is something that Kimmy and I have been really big about working on. Our friendship is the most important thing to us. We've been friends for 30 years. There's something about your battle buddy. There's something about that relationship that we create when we're in the military. And, we are like sisters. So my sister passed away when I was 22 years old. And, Kim and I have been friends since then. And she was there for me as a friend when that all happened. And, she's basically a sibling to me. So her being able to take time out of her life and do this journey with me has really been a really big deal. And I will always remember that. It'll be fun, when we're little old ladies and we're like, hey, remember that barn we built? I think it's so important to have people like this and friends like this in your life. And it's one of the biggest things that I've missed since I got out of the military. And I'm just so grateful for her coming up here and taking this journey with me. I think that's one of the biggest reasons why I want to open this barn up to local veterans here, because the biggest thing that I miss is those relationships. And it just hits different when someone's willing to give their life for you and for your country. And there's a different level of trust and relationship there. And communication is the biggest part of that, because a lot of times you have to say, I don't care if I'm right. I care if we both feel heard, and I care if we're both content with the way something turns out. I've definitely learned that you won't always be happy about the outcome of something, and honestly, it doesn't really matter in the long scheme of things. Protecting those relationships is really, really important. This year, we've really felt like we've gotten a lot done, and it's been really pretty cool. I would have to say, if I was to completely start over again, one of the very first things that I would build would be the outhouse. And I know that sounds funny, but it's really important. And, even though the outhouse isn't finished, we just put it up so that we would have something to use. We've got a little few things to tweak on it. We can do that at another time. But those little things, getting the shower done and the outhouse done and that kind of thing, has made such a difference on the quality of life. And then I probably would have put in a bigger cover for my RV and a big deck off of that for comfort.
Now to see if it straightened it up. You know, on these two, we got to come in on the other side with that second screw. Does not look like. There. Ooh, that's quite a bit. When we go to this other side, it'll pull that. Yep. It'll pull that in. Cool. Alright guys, we are totally calling it a night. And a video, because I think we have 2 days that we've been working on this. So thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate you. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot. And we will see you on Friday. No, because this is Monday's video. So we'll see you on Wednesday.
And don't forget to come to our live tomorrow night, Tuesday night, 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time.
Thanks for hanging out. Sun's going down. I guess I'm going to go mill a log for my son.